Hey folks, so here's the auction for the 1979 to 80 O-Pee-Chee Hockey Wax Box Sealed Case at Heritage Auctions. It is, we've got 7 hours and 45 minutes remaining, and it's already at $1,925,000, which with buyer's premium is up at $2.31 million. So we'll see where it goes. I'm not going to do a 7-hour run, obviously, but we're going to cut right into the last 3/4 of an hour, last hour of the sale, and see where it goes. And so you've kind of got a short version of what is happening. All right, so stay tuned. We'll be into the last hour right away. So, since we last checked, the bidding has gone up to $2.1 million, and that's $2.52 million with the buyer's premium. So it's headed up there. I'm assuming it's going to go jumping a fair bit more by the time the last 10 minutes or so rolls around. But what I'm going to do is show you their preview video and the various photos they've put up. So I think the preview video is just basically a circle around the case, like so. So it's not in 100% mint condition, the case itself. I'm not sure really how valuable the box itself is. Assuming it's got some value, but obviously it's the contents that people are going to be after. So yeah, they were only 20 cents a pack at the time. And this being a Canadian case, of course, O-Pee-Chee, it's got French on one side and English on the other. And from London, Ontario, Canada. So there it is, all the way around. But so let's see, almost done here. They've got a second kind of go round. There it is. But yeah, so it's considered a 1980 set, but it was 1979 to 80. Let's see. All right, we'll try some of the photos, and there's the case itself. Doesn't look as in the same condition. I assume, I'm not sure what the baseball card exchange. So I guess what they've done is encased it in plastic, I'm assuming, or something like that. Seems to be that's the case. And they've graded it, so I guess they've encapsulated it basically. And here it is before encapsulation with all the boxes out. I guess they've encapsulated all of the individual cases by the looks of it. Anyway, or all the individual display boxes, that is. So there's the case again. And again, close up of the one side, of the English side, of the end, of the French side. There's the yeah, so what they've done is encapsulated the entire case. So yeah, and that's the Baseball Card Exchange Inc. did that. Here's the top of the case. I guess it's had a tear in it from somebody trying to open it up, maybe. McDonald's Consolidated. Now that's a company I've seen before, and they were in Regina. But McDonald's Consolidated, I think, was, I forget whether they were the shipping company or the distributors. That's possibly the distributors. Anyway, there's the bottom. Let's see, and they've got the certification there. All the paperwork. So images of all the paperwork is what they've got there. So yeah, that's basically it. So what I'm going to do is wait for it to jump up or get closer to the end, rather than boring you with a blank page or a stagnant page. There's 45 minutes left in the auction, so what we're going to do is return when there's 15 minutes left and watch the action. Or if the action happens to start happening before that, I'll tune in then. So, all right, so stay tuned. Right away, you'll see what's happening. So we're back, and it's already, well, hasn't gone up at all. Actually, it's still 2.1 million and 2.52 million with buyer's premium. So that's the current bid. And I was just noticed there's a view recent bid activity for this auction. So turns out it's for the entire auction that Heritage Auctions has on right now. This is just one lot in that auction. But I figured we'd click on it just to see what's going on. Currently there is $19 million, or over $19 million worth of bids. That's the bid activity on this particular sale. It's the 2024 February 24th to 25th Winter Platinum Night Sports Auction is what this particular sale is. But yeah, so it'll go up, obviously, with this particular case. It'll go up another, I would bet it's going to go up a couple mil at least, but we'll see. So we'll go back, and still sitting at 2.1, so we'll see what happens. We've got 14 minutes left in the sale right there on the right here. So we should we place a bid? Do you think anybody going to give me a loan so we can place a bid? But yeah, anyway, yeah, so still sitting at 2.1 million. It seems it doesn't refresh automatically, so we might have to refresh to see if it's going up at all. But we'll wait until there's say 5 minutes left in the sale and go from there. We'll refresh it then and see if it's gone up any. But so it's quite possible that the sale will run into overtime. I'm pretty sure that this is not a timed auction to the point where you leave a bid and have to be the last one in at the last split second, like eBay used to be or is. But this particular sale, I think, will probably extend itself by 2 or 3 minutes to allow for secondary bidders to bid again, or the underbidder to bid again. So we'll see here. We've got 12 minutes left. So what I'm going to do is come back when there's 5 minutes left. Okay, there's still actually 9 minutes left, 9.5 minutes. But I did want to mention that did have one comment that someone stated, and I haven't been able to determine this or not, haven't done any research on this, but they were saying that an expert on Gretzky Rookies stated that there is less than a 1% chance that any of the cards could reach a 9 in the grade out of this particular series, just due to the way O-Pee-Chee printed the cards, or the poor printing conditions, or just the way they were printed and cut. So that's miscentered or misaligned, etc. So that's kind of interesting. So it may mean that they won't ever open the case. They would just keep it sealed to retain the investment, unless there's a publicity stunt in opening the case to see what's in the case. So who knows? I guess we'll see. Kind of an interesting aspect of it, but yeah, kind of kind of not disheartening, I suppose, but kind of interesting that that may be the case, and that means that somebody's not going to want to risk opening the case and finding no Gretzky rookies that are 9s or 10s, and therefore destroying the value of that case. But what the value of the other cards and the Gretzky rookies that are in it, and what kind of grade they would get, would be interesting to find out. But I don't know if they will ever open the case. Who knows? And just keep it as a investment, I guess. Who knows? So there is 7 minutes left in the auction. We'll just keep going from here. I'm going to refresh the page just to see if bidding hasn't gone up anywhere. Still at 2.1 million, 2.52 million with buyer's premium. So we'll see what's going to happen here. We've got 7 minutes left, going on 6 and change. So we'll see what's going to happen. What I'm going to do then is come back after there's just 3 minutes left, and we'll see if it jumps at all. So we've got under 3 minutes left of the auction, and if we're still sitting at 2.1 million, so there's not really a lot of fighting or anything going on over this particular case. So who knows where it's going to go. As well, if I was the owner, I'd still be happy. At $2.5 million, that's still a chunk of change, and not needing to take a risk of opening it or anything like that. It would be awfully tempting, but it is kind of not a one-of-a-kind thing. I did have a few comments that there is at least another 2 cases out there somewhere. There was a small quantity found, I guess, at some point that collectors had bought up in the Regina area. So, yeah. So there are some out there, just like I had mentioned. Oh, we're at 2.2 million now. It jumped up. So with buyer's premium, it's 2.64 million. So, yeah, we're headed up there a little bit with under 2 minutes to go. But anyway, I had mentioned that, yeah, I believe there were more cases out there, and by the sound of things, there are more cases out there. So we'll see if they come to auction at all. Who knows what'll happen there. Like I said, I was pretty sure there'd be more cases out there somewhere. It'd be naive to think otherwise, I believe. But for marketing purposes, yeah, it's kind of a holy grail, I suppose. Who knows? Who knows where this is going to go here? We're at 2.2 million still. It did jump up. I don't know why it filled in a bid for me, but anyway, yeah, it automatically filled a bid in of 2.5 million on my maximum secret bid. Oh yeah. So who knows? Current bid is 2.2. We'll see where it goes from here. Yeah, could be interesting. I hope I didn't bid by accident somehow. Computer bid for me. No, don't think so. 2.2 million anyway is where it sits. So yeah, 12 seconds left to go. So here we go. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Extended bidding in progress. It jumped up to 2.3 million just at the last 3 seconds. So we've got it jumps up by 30 seconds. So, I see it fills in my bid for me. Oh, isn't that nice? If I want to bid, I bid 2.35. But, yeah, so it fills it in for me. That's interesting. Yeah. Helps me bid. Yeah. Well, I'm not going to be bidding, folks, so I don't have 2.3 million or 2.35 million to go to put into something like this, that's for sure. But yeah, so there's got to be a couple heavy hitters on here. Investors, perhaps. Who knows? Probably, I would suspect there may be individuals and there may be groups of people that have gotten together to bid on this particular case for whatever reason. But what happens with this case remains to be seen. It will depend upon who wins it, I guess. So we're still at 2.3 and we got 28 minutes left. Oh, that's interesting. Not 28 seconds, it's 28, it's 30 minutes is when it extends. Well, that's interesting. Okay. So it extends by a half hour. So that's interesting. So a lot of these sales, most of them will extend by 3 minutes to give extra time. Heritage, I guess, extends it by a half hour. So I guess what we're going to do is come back and wait again until there's only 3 minutes left in the sale. So we'll come back later. All right. So stay tuned, folks. So there was only 4 minutes left in that previous bump of a half hour, but it's bumped again. It's at 22 minutes left. So it was bumped up again. It is 2.8 million right now. So we're at $3.36 million with the buyer's premium. So it's gone up. We've had a good bump. I don't think there's any way to see the bidding or track the bidding. Unfortunately, there's tracking the item, but there isn't any way to see what the previous bids are, the bid history, unfortunately. But so yeah, so we missed the big bump, but we're at 2.8 million right now, so we'll see what happens. So we're going to come back to this again in 15 minutes time. We'll see what kind of bump happens within the next 15 minutes. We've got 20 minutes left, or 21 minutes left, so we'll see what happens. So stay tuned. So we just had another jump. There was about 6 minutes left or so, and it jumped to 2.9 million. So that with buyer's premium is 3.48 million. So it's still jumping up. And of course that extended it by another half hour. So we'll be back when there's about 5-10 minutes left. So we're at 8 minutes and just under 30 seconds to go. So it's at 2.9 million still with buyer's premium 3.48 million. So yeah, it's pretty much $3.5 million for this case. So basically the value of one Gretzky Rookie, or very roughly the value of one Gretzky Rookie, if it's graded at 9 or above. But as I mentioned, it is quite possible that there are no rookies in there that are worth that kind of money, because they may not grade to a 10 or a 9. It's said that it's quite possible that there are none that will grade to a 10, or the possibility of any grading to a 10 are slim to none type thing. So anyway, we're at 7 minutes and 20 seconds now. And yeah, so we're just waiting for maybe another bid to happen, and then that'll bump it again to another half hour. So we'll see whether this ends up at any higher than the 2.9 million plus buyer's premium. So we're at 7 minutes, 6 minutes and 50 some seconds. So yeah, we're coming down to the nitty gritty for the moment anyway. If it doesn't get bumped again, So we'll see if this is going to be the final run or whether it's going to get bumped. So yeah, I'm just sitting here at 6 minutes and 30 seconds. So yeah, kind of exciting. I suppose if you're in the money, or in the bidding rather, with this, it would be far more exciting than just sitting watching. So yeah, there's no possibility to bid for me, of course. I'm not sitting on anywhere near that kind of coin. But yeah, be nice. Yeah, just finding a case like this in the wild would be really cool. It's one of the dreams of a picker or antique dealer or collector to find this sort of thing. But doesn't happen to many people at all. This collector was quite lucky, or maybe just could see into the future as to what kind of money this sort of thing would get. But it had some. Oh, we're up at 3 million now, so it just bumped it again by another half hour. Okay, we'll come back when there's only 5 minutes or so left. Hang in there, guys. So in the last 6 minutes, it jumped again up to 3.1 million. So with buyer's premium, that's $3.72 million. So we're going to have to wait again for another 20 minutes or so before we see any change, I would think. So we'll come back at about 5 to 10 minutes left in the sale again and see if it jumps up again. So we're down to the last 9 minutes of the sale. We're still at 3.1 million, and with buyer's premium $3.72 million. So yeah, stacks of cash for that case. 8 minutes remaining, about 8.5 minutes. Now, usually it seems like somebody's been hitting it about 7 minutes, 8 minutes remaining in each extension. So we're going to see if this goes up at all in the next few minutes. And if not, maybe this will be the end of the auction at 3.1. So I guess we'll see. We've got 8 minutes, 4 seconds remaining. Guess we'll see. 7 minutes and 55 seconds. So we'll see if somebody bumps it up. So yeah, 7 minutes and 40 seconds. Now, if nobody bumps up in the next 7 minutes or so, then there won't be an extension and the auction will be over. It's near midnight here, so getting late in the evening here, so we'll see whether it's going to go higher or not. Last 7 minutes here. So nobody's bid yet. We'll see what happens. So yeah, we've got over 6 minutes to go, and still only at 3.1. Oh, 5 minutes to go. Well, under 6 minutes rather. Yeah, would love to find a case of these kicking around some back room of some store, but the possibility is there. You never know. Never know what's hidden and in a back room, forgotten about. Five minutes remaining, so we're getting close. Maybe this will be it. At 3.72 with buyer's premium. 3.72 million. What could you do with 3.72 million? Four minutes, under 5 minutes remaining. So we'll see where it goes. Four minutes, 30 seconds. We get to a countdown, and at 59 seconds to go, we're nearing the end, I think. Or will somebody toss in a bid at the last 3 minutes, last couple minutes? It's funny, that's kind of what happens at a lot of the online auctions now. It's everybody bids in the last, or the super serious bidders will stay and bid in the last 3 minutes of the sale, which keeps extending it all the time. And that's what somebody's, or a couple people have been doing, or a couple groups perhaps, who knows. Yeah, so you get a half hour to decide on these Heritage Auctions site here. And yeah, we got 3.5 minutes to go. It hasn't jumped up yet. So here it is. $3.1 million, 3.72 with buyer's premium. And 3 minutes to go. Can we hang in there for 3 more minutes? Or will somebody bid in the last 3? Right. Nope, nobody's bidding. Last 2 or 3 minutes to go. Be interesting. This is before taxes as well, because in Canada we have PST and such, but PST in Manitoba and GST and on Canadian auctions and such. But Heritage Auctions, I believe, is out of the US, so I'm not sure what taxes they'll apply to this. So, and if it's a Canadian bidder, importing it from the States is going to be kind of interesting. And I wonder how they got it across the border without paying fees and that sort of thing. But it's kind of interesting. It's wonder what they did to get it across. Just drove it across, I suppose. We have under 2 minutes remaining, and we're still stuck at 3.1 million. So yeah, it's going up, or it's gone up from the 2 point some, so it went up $1 million basically within 7-8 hours. So we've got 1.5 minutes remaining, and yeah, so we're going to have a countdown. So what are your thoughts? Is it going to go up anymore in the last minute? Or will it actually go under the hammer and be sold? Let me know your thoughts below in the comments, guys. Last 60 seconds. 57, 56, 55, 54, 53, 52, 51, 50. So we're down in the almost last 30 seconds. Will somebody hit it? Or will it sell for 3.1? So 3.720 in American funds. So in American funds, 3.1 million. I wonder what that is in Canadian. Oh, we're going to have a countdown here. 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and it's been sold. Or the internet bidding is closed. They do have live bidding, I believe, on the floor, but I'm assuming that this ends the sale at $3.1 million, 3.720 with buyer's premium. So yeah, so we're looking at 3.1 million, guys, and that in Canadian funds, let's see, what is that in Canadian funds, guys? Any guesses? 3.72 million in Canadian funds. So $3.72 million in US funds is equal to 5.02 million Canadian. 5 million Canadian dollars for a case of hockey cards. That's what it is, folks. Now we can dream about finding this case of hockey cards or another case of hockey cards somewhere else. But for this specific case, over 5 million Canadian. Quite a sale. Quite a sale. Thanks for watching, guys. Please be sure to like and subscribe and check out our other videos on antiquing, picking, thrifting, scrapping, etc. Thanks for watching, folks. Take care.